truth, nothing but the truth?
Yeah,
Or do
right.
you want me to make it up? What you want to hear?
So, what's your name and what do you do?
My name is Larry Norrell. I am a former contractor and also a rancher.
And where do you live?
I live in Whitewright, Texas.
And what do you think about immigrants or undocumented?
I think that the United States needs 20 million working immigrants. I don't think anybody should be undocumented. It's against the law. If we want undocumented immigrants, we ought to get our politicians to change the law, because it's too much strife amongst the people of what's legal, not legal, and if you just make the law and keep the law, then it'd be fine. But we do need a lot of workers in this country to do construction and roads and building and painting and farming, and we need a lot of immigrants in this country to do AI, so we can't do everything ourselves.
Do you employ immigrants?
I do,
And
or I did. I'm not in the business.
did you say I employ immigrants?
Yes, I employed immigrants.
And were they good workers?
All the immigrants are good workers, real good.
And why do you employ immigrants rather than local people?
The immigrants, of course, they had to have documents before you can work them in construction, whatever. I don't know if the documents are real or fake or whatever. It's not up to me. I hire subcontractors who hire the workers, but you can't find enough workers in construction and manual labor without hiring somebody that wants to work. And unfortunately for our country, we're in a position where we need every physical labor person that you can find. So you have to hire who you got to hire.
Is that because some people won't work for a lower rate? Like, does that have to do with how much?
No. All my immigrant workers make probably more money than a lawyer, average lawyer, engineer in this country. Yeah, I pay. My guys make tens of thousands of dollars a month. You don't get cheap labor. You go to the labor pool down here and hire people off the side of the road, and it's $25 an hour. How many people make that? But my people make, they work contracting, they work, the roofing industry pays $85 a square to put a shingle on, to labor, to put a square. The average good roofer can put 3 squares an hour. That's $200 plus an hour that they can make nailing shingles when they learn how to do it. So the last big job I did in Port Aransas, I was paying $350 a day for people to pick up paper.
Do undocumented workers still, do they pay taxes but not get the taxes?
No, contractors pay taxes on workers. All workers we have documentation. Now, it's not up to my company to go out and hunt down and see if those documents are real or fake or phony or whatever. But we had to hold out, or the contractors had to hold out, just like every other job, taxes, Social Security, everything. Now, they send it to Washington. Now, whether they ever get their money in retirement or not depends on whether their paperwork was real or not. I think it's a shame that our country's in a state, but it's against the law to hire undocumented workers. So you have to have documentation.
Well, what do you think about when Trump says that most undocumented people are criminals?
I don't think Trump said that. I think Trump said that there are criminals coming across the border, which is a proven fact it is. I think the media does what the media does, spins it so everybody hates everybody. You see this guy to my left over here? What color is he?
Black.
He's black. We eat breakfast almost every morning. We have black people, Hispanic people, or whatever. But we come in here and laugh at the media because they make it sound like everybody in the South hates everybody's guts. That's not so. You may be Hispanic. I don't know. I don't care. Your nephew may be black or Hispanic. I don't care. People don't care about that down here. But the news makes it sound like everybody hates everybody. But they're in the business of keeping everything on edge so that you'll watch them to see the hate, but it's not real. 90%, I believe 90% of the people in this country love, well, maybe not love everybody, but I think 90% of the people in this country have their own problems to solve that they don't even know who their neighbor is. They're trying to deal with feeding their family, send their kids to school, not bring them home in a body bag. They just want whatever person America's always wanted. They want, as a song said in Moon River, everybody wants a rainbow's end. And it says everybody wants it. We all want it. Everybody wants rainbow's end. But the media, the only way they can make money is keep it stirred. But you don't have any problem down here. You walked in here today, you have a mixed racial family, you sit in here, you don't get any crap. People talk to you right off the bat, or you wouldn't be doing this with me. So we all think it's funny, but we all believe in the law. Whatever the law is ought to be followed, though. I don't care what it is. If it says that we ought to let everybody in and pay their way to college and all that, then if it's the law, then do it. If it's not the law. So
you said you think we need about 20 million immigrants. Should there be immigration reform, or what do you
yeah, that's the problem. Nobody wants, neither Democrats or Republicans want to reform. It's like everybody up there now. We have a government shutdown over what? It's just stupidity, you know. I mean, we're shutting the government down and we're not going to feed people. But the truth of the matter is, after the election next week, they'll solve it. Won't it be a magical deal that they came to a great conclusion that whatever they would have done 60 days ago, they'll do after the election. It's a bunch of politicians just trying to stay in office. The only difference between a Republican and Democrat is one's in office and the other won't in. That's the only difference. And they'll do and say anything to get in.
Well, what do you think are some of the good things about Trump and some of the bad things about Trump?
I think some of the, from my standpoint, and I'm probably an alpha male, the positive things, I like the fact that he's America first. I think there's no saying if you don't take care of the father and mother of the family, they can't take care of the kids. If we don't take care of America, we're the most giving country in the world. But if we die on the vine, the whole world's going to go to hell in the handbasket. So I think we ought to put us first. I like that. I like his stance on immigration, that everybody, he's in construction. He needs every Hispanic, South American, Asian worker he can get to stay in business and do what he does. But I don't think he's wrong in saying we ought to shut down to people that are let out of prison, or to rapists or murderers or whatever. Are those people involved in this? Yes. You can't let 1 million people in the country without having a bunch of renegades. And I think it's up to the American government at the borders to stop the renegades and let everybody else in. We ought to have a simple way to let immigrants come in, get green cards, get an immigration status, and become American citizens, send their kids to school. Everybody wants the rainbow's end, isn't that right? And they think that's in America. But I also believe when you come to this country, you ought to come looking for a way to improve this country, which I think a lot of Hispanic people that I know, I love Hispanic people and people that have worked for me. I love them. I love their families. I love their attitude. I like the fact that they get up and go to church on Sunday morning, go home and have a party in the afternoon with their families, get up on Monday mornings and drag into work where they drank too much the night before, and by 12 o'clock they're there till Saturday evening the next week and work all day long. I like that about them. I like everything about their family setup. And you'll see that many people that come to this country will soon, they'll tire of paying taxes and so forth. My youngest son is very left-wing leaning, and he's a young guy, and I always tell him, if you're not a young person and lean left a little bit, there's something wrong with you, and if you get old and you're not a right-winger, then there's something wrong with you, because life has a way of teaching you and beat the crap out of you. But when you're young, we need new ideas and all that type of stuff. He's an electrical engineer. He's valedictorian of his class. He works for the largest law firm in the world. He was a federal law clerk, and next year he goes back to the appellate court in Washington.
Where did your ancestors come from?
My ancestors are mixed. I'm part Choctaw and part Scottish, Norwegian, European.
So you were saying some of the good things about Trump. What are some of the
Bad things is over a period of time. I don't like the way that he makes up names for people. I understand that there's no news media that's going to follow him. He has to do his own promotion. But that's the main thing. I think, you ought to have respect for people, at least people that agree with you, but when you run against him, like calling the guy from Florida sanctimonious, or, Rubio, little hand, Rubio, and all that kind of stuff. That's not funny to me, and I don't like that about him.
Well, what about in California, where ICE people are arresting a lot of undocumented immigrants who have not done anything legal, but don't have papers and are just here to work? Do you feel that's right or wrong?
Here's what I think's wrong about it. I hate it that people that have been in this country 15 years, 10 years, have settled, had families, their kids go to school, they go to church, they have jobs, they do everything correctly. But the incorrect movement is when you come to the country undocumented, is against the law. Stop the deal. The only way will people get caught in the net? You can't catch tuna without catching porpoise. You go after tuna, you're going to catch a porpoise or a dolphin. And so when you go after people that are criminals, you're going to catch some good people. The question is that when you catch the ones that have kept the law and made a life for themselves here, it's real questionable, because it's against the law to be here illegally. So change the law. Just change it. Just change it. Get it changed. Go to Washington and change it. I think both sides want to change the law, and then on the other hand, I think both sides don't care. It just sends a bunch of free money to Washington. Both sides get it divided amongst their friends and their pig projects and so forth. Just change the law. Put it on the ballot nationwide next time and have people vote. Do you want or do you not want to change the immigration policies? Quit allowing the politicians to do it, vote on it, and have both sides set a law up and vote on it. This is what we want, this is what we don't want. And then whatever the American people want, do it. We still vote, and we still go by what we vote for.
You're a smart man, articulate man. Anything else about immigrants and undocumented?
No, I think immigrants are great. I think that like I said, I think we need to simplify immigration so that you won't have to look over your shoulder all your life and say I'm illegal. And I came here on an airplane to visit my cousin, and I overstayed my immigration, and I've been here 20 years, and I've got a family, and I got kids that are dreamers, and so forth. I think that we need to change it. Get it changed. Get it changed now. Make it America always be what it's been, the land of free opportunity, You know, we had people for a long time come and sit on islands. The Italians had without papers on the back, and everybody called them WAPs. You know, immigration has always been a problem in this country for illegals, and I think that's something that ought to be stopped. You would think in 100 years they would have got it fixed. Has to be a reason, a sub-level reason why it has not been fixed. Because the people on both sides are sweet, loving, giving. Something could happen in Mexico and the American people would raise billions of dollars to help them, or in any other country. We would help them, love them. Church people have sent millions and billions of dollars to Africa and Asia, build churches and children's homes and whatever. So the American people don't hate people. They're loving, kind, giving. But we just have a failed policy that has made everybody against each other. We have a hostile media that wants to make money, and that's all. That's the only reason they put the crap out on TV is to make money. That's the only reason, or they wouldn't put it out.
Well, can I use this for my immigrant stories?
You can.
Okay, well, thank you. Anything else you want to say?
Yep. No. Happy Thanksgiving.
What's your philosophy of life? Like, how do you lead your life to be happy and successful?
Well, I found out, I've written a few books, and I found out that happiness is not sought, bought, or found, but is a byproduct that follows you home after you do something good for somebody else. So every day I try to get up and ask the question, who can I do something for so I can bring happiness home with me today? But I found out that you can take trips to places, exotic places, and come home and it was just a pleasurable deal or unpleasant. But you won't bring happiness home with you. Happiness comes home with you when you do something for somebody else. So that's my philosophy. Do something for somebody special every day.
Very nice. Hey, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good talking with you.
Okay. Yep. We're going to help you. Say no to drugs, but yes to drug money. Yes, that's right.
That's funny.
You'll be rich. Congratulations.